Okay, people, welcome to Robo's Top 10 Action Figures of the Year. As always, I'm Robo. I usually do a top 5 and then a bottom 5, but let's be honest, we've been dancing this dance for a long time. We're getting to where we can see a bad figure in the package, in promotional shots, and go, oh, you know what? I'm not gonna buy that. And that's what I did this year. I know for reviews, I should pick stuff up that, to try it out and all that, but if I don't like something, that's no fun. So I'd rather buy stuff that I do like. And there was so much going on this year that I'm not going to Fwoosh it. I'm going for a whole top 10. There's just too much stuff to list. But that itself brings its own snags. First, I got to choose 10 out of everything we got this year, and then I have to rank it 1 through 10. And any given day, I'm gravitating towards this figure or then this figure. So tomorrow, I'll probably be regretting the order I put these in. Hell, I'll be regretting that I didn't put other stuff on this list. Who am I kidding? I'm going to be regretting it when I'm editing this in 30 minutes. Anyway, here we go. We're going to give this a shot. At number 10, the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series. I know it's a whole line, a whole assortment. It's not just one figure, but it's my list. I had to throw it on here or the whole list was just gonna be all Star Wars. This year as a whole, the Star Wars Black Series just ramped up tremendously. We got some amazing figures like Jaina Solo with her added articulation. We got the Dewback. Who thought we'd ever get a lizard with, ball joint shoulders and hips and all the articulation we did get in that creature. Gamorrean Guard looking mighty fine. And then the Range Trooper, which came out of nowhere. I knew I'd like it, but a simple head swap later after some dumb story during a weekly, and I suddenly have my spirit animal. Thank you, Star Wars Black Series. But as a whole, Hasbro just kind of looked at the import companies and said, hey, you're doing pretty good. Watch this. And they did it. I'll be damned if the photo reel, the face printing tech, isn't on par, if not better, than a lot of the import releases. This is the line that kept me on my toes. It had me running 2 stores, checking store inventory online. Hell, right now, I'm checking Target and Walmart for the Archive series, and I already have all those figures. I just love it. Number 10. At number 9, we have the Medicom Mafex Dark Knight Joker 2.0. Sure, we got Bane, we got Batman, we got Scarecrow, we got Harvey Dent. The depth that Medicom has went into the Nolan trilogy is just amazing, especially for 10 years later. But the Dark Knight, and especially this rendition of the Joker, will always have a special place in my heart. And honestly, Medicom absolutely nailed it here. Okay, it's not perfect. If you get up too close to the face, you can see the dots and pixels for the face printing tech that they used. But you step back, you get it in normal lighting in a collection room, and you're like, oh my god, that's a tiny little Heath Ledger. How did that happen? Add to that the later release of the Police Joker, who came with parts to make the Joker 2.0 into a jail cell Joker with a different head, and then the jacketless look for the arms, and it makes it even better. Options, all kinds of delicious options, and that is a good thing. At number 8, I'm gonna put the Toys Alliance MAS 02 Transformers Megatron. Now, I love Transformers, but I do not buy Transformers. There's just, too much out there, and I cannot keep up with any one line. I've got too much other stuff to buy. But give me 18-inch Transformers that I can kind of fudge into my 6-inch collection, and how am I gonna pass that up? Sure, they don't transform, but I'm more after the characters, the personalities. I don't need the cars or the guns or the tape decks. So for these to look absolutely fantastic in robot mode without all the kibble and stuff, even better. Add to the fact that the cost of these are cheaper than some Masterpiece releases, and why wouldn't I be buying these? Yes, the release schedule is kind of slow, but it works in my favor because saving up $200 for a release of one figure, I am absolutely okay with the 1-a-year release date. And they've teased Soundwave, nothing since, but if they don't make any more of these, just having Optimus Prime and now this amazing Megatron, that's good for me. I got the good guy, I got the bad guy, they take up a lot of real estate. I'm good with that. At number 7, I'm putting in the Diamond Select Marvel Select Thanos. Now, I don't dip into Marvel Select a lot, only when something catches my eye, or I think, oh, that'll fit into my 6-inch collection, my Legends and everything else. And Thanos is one of those pieces. It's a modern comic take that I'm not actually familiar with, mixed with obvious cinematic elements, but it is so well done that it has become my number 1. God, that's the wrong movie. What I'm trying to say, if you want a Thanos in action figure form in your display, and you don't want to use the movie Thanos, but you also don't want to use the classic orange and blue jumpsuit wearing Thanos, do yourself a favor, get this one. At number 6, I agonized over which figure arts figure I was gonna pick, but it came down to the SH Figure Arts Star Wars The Last Jedi Luke Skywalker. I could have easily put A New Hope Obi-Wan in here, I could have put A New Hope Leia, but when it comes down to it, just looking at this Luke figure, it's another case of taking the actor, shrinking him down, and placing him on your shelf. This figure made me go outside and brave the creek where there's snakes and bears and skunks and oh my, just to get some outdoor shots, and it takes some fantastic plastic for me to do that. The sculpt, the textures, the paints, the I've given up completely look on the face, it's just all so perfect. Now please, 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 please fill my comment section up with how much The Last Jedi sucked and please, please. At number 5, the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series. It's coming back around. I'm going with Zuckuss here. Forlorn was cool too, and then Dengar is damn amazing. He should probably be here in this spot, but it's what Zuckuss signified to me on a deeper level. That's why he's coming in this slot. When Zuckuss was announced at Toy Fair, there was a heavy air of, are we even gonna get him? It was announced as a Toys R Us exclusive, and before I even went to Toy Fair, I knew my Toys R Us was closing, and a couple months later, all the Toys R Us's were gone. But this, for me, was the finish of the Bounty Hunters, even though it came out before Dengar. Dengar actually finished it off, but Dengar was a sure thing. He was coming in a case later. Zuckuss was up in the air for a while, so just getting him, that was a win in my book, just for that. At number 4, the Hasbro Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Thing. Oh man, how long did we wait for this guy? It's a little like Zuckuss. Not only is the figure amazing, it works to complete a team that we've been working on for a while. It's a mix of classic and modern, and then splits the look and size down the middle, somewhere between those two eras. And what we ended up with appeases most of both camps. If you're a fan of classic, if you're a fan of modern, it should work on some level for you. Unless you're just a hard-headed, gotta have the perfect rendition of a figure, no ifs, and buts. I got the handbook and he's supposed to be this tall and this weight. And we don't have any of those in the community, do we? Right? Right? Tell me. At the end of the day, it's a fun figure, and that's the name of the game. Fun. And for the top 3, here's where the list gets a little uncomfortably recent. These are from the last month or so, which screams, still fresh on my mind. But the more I looked, the more I realized that the only logical answer to this had to be the toy companies waited till the end of the year so they could grab those much coveted YouTube reviewers slots in their best of 2018s. There's no other way of explaining it. That's gotta be it. Or it's just a random occurrence. Either way, coming in at number 3 is the Bandai SH Figure Arts Avengers Infinity War Hulk. I actually didn't pre-order this one. When the pre-orders went up, I went, you know what, I've got enough Hulks. There's a lot of Hulks out there, and honestly, I was not impressed with their previous incarnation of movie Hulk. But when the release date come around, it got closer and closer. I got caught up in the hype, and when Ami put their extra stock up, I snatched one. I had to do it. And oh my god, am I glad I did. It's got the height, it's got the thickness, it's got the sculpt, it's got the likeness. It's just a fun big guy toy that doesn't really suffer from the usual big guy drawbacks like limited articulation or heaviness. The hair makes it undeniably modern, current, but they've already shown another version of this same figure with the more savage hair, the torn pants from Avengers, so that may scratch your comic itch if you're looking for a good comic Hulk. I'm sure as hell gonna dig deep in my wallet again to get another version of the same exact figure, just some, cosmetic changes. Number 2 and number 1, I've fought with myself over the past week, but at number 2 is the McFarlane Toys Fortnite Cuddle Team Leader. Who the hell thought McFarlane had it in them? Between this and the Jazzwares Fortnite offerings, you gotta think that Epic Games just went into the offices and said, hey, look, we have a popular game. You seem to want to make toys from it. Here's the deal. Do it like this and this and this, and I'll be damned if both companies didn't knock it out of the park. But my heart lies with larger scale, so I gotta side with McFarlane here, even though the Jazzware stuff is good. Sculpt, paint, most surprisingly articulation. And that's why an action figure based on a game I've never played from a company I rarely buy product from ranks this high on my best of 2018 list. The sheer joyful surprise surrounding the whole series. It was awesome to step out of my usual superhero space adventure lines and kind of go down a path I've never been down before. And I got caught off guard. I just like the designs here, and in plastic, they're even better. Now, all the figures we've gotten so far are great, but I picked Cuddle Team Leader because, man, the fur sculpt, the paint, the pink, the extra layer of pink, the red, just everything in cuteness overload. But then the same character will shoot you in the ass and go running off to kill somebody else. And then at number 1, it's going to be no surprise. I've talked about this several times over the past few weeks. Number 1 is the Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye. We got the Mezco Deluxe Joker this year. We got the classic Iron Man, which is, he nearly slipped into my top 10. But this Popeye figure, who knew we needed a realistic take on a classic cartoon? And I do mean we. If you don't have this figure in your life, go now. Go buy one. You deserve this. Like I said in my review, I burned out on Popeye at a young age. It was just every channel you turned to, there was Popeye. This figure is so damn good that I actually care about Popeye again. And now I want his supporting cast in plastic form. We need a Mezco Bluto and an Olive Oil and a Sweet Pea and a Wimpy. Whoever you want to give us Mezco, I will take it. And then give me more of your realistic takes on classic cartoon characters. Give me Birdman, give me Blue Falcon and Dino Mutt, give me Herculoids, give me the Scooby Gang. The sky is the limit here. Hell, this figure made me go spend more money on the glow-in-the-dark Space Ghost from Mezco. It's just mind-blowing how amazing this figure is, both in quality, in look, and then the doors that it's opened up. The possibilities here are endless. So that's my top 10 of 2018. Agree, disagree, The Last Jedi sucked. Let me know in the comments section, and we'll talk about it. Now that this is out of the way, we're ready for 2019. Bring on the plastic.